Good Thursday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Thursday. Now, looking at the radar right now, we do have obviously showers, heavy downpours going on in northern South Carolina right now. Most of those showers are not really concerning in terms of like thunder and lightning wise. But in terms of definitely gusty winds, that's definitely a possibility. Heavy rainfall is happening. We have, just a whole bunch of flash flood warnings going on. Yeah, right here. This is what radar is this? This is the Greenville radar. And you can see, just look at this rainfall. Absolutely, there's a whole bunch of rain. In terms of this entire system right here. And as we scroll our way out, that's still not even the only thing that the U.S. has to really worry about because we do have flood watches going all the way up into portions of, honestly, all the way up into New York, but they're going to go up so far that even Canada has some already in place for this system as it moves its way up. Tornado watches going up for places in North Carolina. We do have some rain in portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and some scattered precipitation going through the west. Canada up here getting some rainfall, and then Florida getting their daily dose of rain like they do every single day, or their daily dose of scattered precipitation like they always do. Also, you can see the tropical storm kind of like winds right here. You can see like this green area right here. This is where the tropical storm force winds are, and pretty much includes like the PD region of South Carolina receiving tropical storm force winds, portions of southeastern North Carolina receiving tropical storm force winds, even into like, honestly, I'd say like even into places just like um, on the eastern portion of the low country of South Carolina. So now let's move on and let's go to the models. Models right now, we're not the models, but the current cloud cover. Current cloud cover right now has the entire state of South Carolina. Honestly, honestly, that's kind of really resembling. It's like a cloud that's shaped like South Carolina almost. So that's odd. But in terms of the entire state, everyone's covered with clouds right now. No one is really seeing any type of blue sky unless you're in one of these isolated pockets. But most of South Carolina, if not 99.9% of South Carolina, is covered by clouds right now. Here's our cloud cover total percentage as we push this forward. You can start to see that cloud cover will continue to try and remain strong even as we go into tonight, and it will try to break up a little bit. But then as we go into tomorrow morning cloud cover still stays strong for low country PD region, and then the upstate a bit more cleared out. But look at this Friday afternoon. Look at this cloud cover decides maybe it wants to clear out a tiny little bit, but then it collects itself back together. We get into Friday night, Saturday morning even, and cloud cover is still there. So honestly, we still have this. We still have these cloud cover to worry about, even as we go into like this weekend. In terms of temperatures, right now, 77 in Columbia, 79 in Charleston, 84 in Beaufort, 79 in Myrtle Beach, 75 in Rock Hill, 88, yes, 88 in Walhalla, 75 in Anderson, 71 in Greenville, and places and like 80 in Fairfax, 77 in Orangeburg. High temperatures for today: 80 in Columbia, 85 in Charleston, 89 in Hilton Head Island, 82 in Myrtle Beach, 77 in Rock Hill, Spartanburg, 82 in Greenville, 85 in Anderson, 79 in Greenwood, and 81 in Kingstree, Florence as well. Peak sustained winds going through today, Thursday. Around 18 in Columbia, 22 in Charleston, 17 inside of Hilton Head Island, 16 inside of Aiken, 18 inside of Greenville, 17 Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Anderson, and 43 Georgetown, 51 Myrtle Beach, 26 inside of Dillon as well. In terms of wind gusts, those gusts especially up over there, Myrtle Beach 74, 67 in Georgetown, 31 in Moncks Corner, 30 in Charleston, 21 in Walterboro, 24 in Hilton Head Island, 33 in Greenville, 32 in Spartanburg, 33 in Rock Hill, 31 in Anderson, 24 in Winnsboro, as well as 33 in Sumter, and 35 in Florence. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. Still a lot of precipitation could still fall, like 2 to 3 inches possible in Rock Hill, 3 to 4 inches possible close to like the Charlotte metro region as well. 1.5 to 2 inches possible in Myrtle Beach, same thing with Georgetown. 1 to 1.5 inches possible in Walterboro, half inch to an inch in Charleston, same thing with Hilton Head Island. 1 to 1.5 inches in Greenwood, 1.5 to 2 inches in Lawrence, same thing with Spartanburg, half an inch to an inch in Greenville, quarter of an inch to half an inch in Anderson, and then maybe even a half an inch to an inch in Columbia. Here's our SPC Day 1 categorical outlook. You can see that we don't have a threat for any type of severe weather for today, but obviously with that threat of excessive rainfall, we still do have that high risk in effect for the PD region, moderate risk surrounding that going all the way to the low country. Slight risk go to the very far low country all the way up into North Carolina. Marginal risk goes from Florida all the way up to like the mid-Atlantic regions. And then here we go. Here's our Atlantic tropical cyclones and disturbances. We do have two areas that we're watching. Here's Debby right here, 45 miles per hour, going through South Carolina right now. Heavy rainfall across portions of the Carolinas is expected to persist through today, with areas of considerable flooding. Heavy rainfall will also result in considerable flooding impacts across portions of the mid-Atlantic states in the Northeast through Saturday morning. Tropical storm conditions will continue to affect portions of South Carolina and North Carolina coast today, and coastal flooding is due to storm surges likely along South Carolina and the North Carolina coastline through today. So here is the forecast. You can see right now that it's going to leave South Carolina. It's going to be out of here, honestly, probably sometime by this afternoon, this evening, somewhere around there is when we can expect this to probably be out of here. So that's that. Peak storm surge. The only place that really needs to watch storm surge is from the South Standing River all the way up to the South Carolina, North Carolina border, where 1 to 3 feet of storm surge is possible. In terms of rainfall, not really much is left. We're almost done. We just got to get through today. And then tonight, and then after we're done with that, Friday might bring a little bit of rain. But after that, that's Debby pretty much over after tonight. Here's our warnings and our surface wind. Now let me pull that up, or actually, is it gonna? It's not gonna do anything. All right. Well, we're just gonna skip that then, and we're gonna move on to the HRRR instead, and we're gonna talk about the models for over here. So as we push this forward, rain will still persist even as we go into around 3 o'clock p.m. That will be inside the Orangeburg region, even down to the low country of South Carolina. Around 4 to 5 o'clock, more rain and gusty winds is still possible throughout most of the regions. Here's what 8 o'clock could look like. PD region not seeing much, but as you go into even like the western portion and even the parts of the low country of South Carolina, you still see rain moving through those regions. And then even more rain inside the low country and PD region at around 1 o'clock in the morning. Heavy rain moving through around 4 to 5 o'clock. And then I was talking about Friday being the day that we won't have to worry about really anything. Here's what 10 o'clock in the morning Friday can look like. No precipitation inside of South Carolina going to around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. But then as we get to the afternoon hours, showers and storms will start to pop up in the upstate at around 5 o'clock p.m. as Debby is now gone. Debby's all the way up here inside the northeast, bringing them heavy doses of rain. We're going to be back to our daily shower and thunderstorm activity. Not really watching the tropics anymore, but just, again, our daily thunderstorm activity that I've been talking about for a while now. I'm not going to show the models on Debby. Honestly, there's no point. Debby's pretty much out of here. It'll be out of here in like a couple hours or so. So honestly, not really a whole bunch on Debby. But let's see if this is going to do something. Or do I have to go to... Okay, no, we can go here now. Alright, so here's our 7-day tropical outlook. You can see Debby over here, but we do have this disturbance 1 right here. 30% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days near the Lesser and Greater Antilles. And areas of low pressure could form in the central western tropical Atlantic Ocean early next week. Some development of the system is possible while it approaches the Lesser Antilles during the early to mid part of next week. and moves generally west-northwestward towards the Greater Antilles thereafter. No chance of this forming in the next 48 hours, but a 30% chance of this thing forming in the next 7 days. So, we do indeed have to watch this just like we watched Debby. Again, with Debby was forecasted to not even hit us at all, but then it's changed and it actually hit us instead. So, like I said, we don't know what this thing's gonna do. It's all over the place. There are some models that are saying that it should go up into the northeast. Some models saying that it will curve to sea completely. Some will say that it will go towards Texas and Mexico. Some say Louisiana. Some say Florida. Some say South Carolina and North Carolina. So again, we have no idea. We have zero clue on what in the world this thing is gonna do. We're way too far out for that. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens in terms of all this. So that's all that I have pretty much in terms of this morning. I will be back tonight with another forecast update. Last time I checked, we were at 190 subscribers, and we actually do need to talk. We need to get to our goal of 200. But actually, wait a minute, I forgot. We have the U.S. Drought Monitor. Look at the U.S. Drought Monitor now. The U.S. Drought Monitor right now, we had a D3 inside of like Myrtle Beach and places like that. Look at this. We have a D2 now. That's our highest threat now. And that still doesn't get rid of the drought completely. But the entire state of South Carolina, this busted the drought a lot. I will say this busted the drought a lot. And that is a very great thing that now we don't have too much of a drought to worry about anymore. So honestly, I'm glad that not too much of the flooding that we thought was going to happen happened, but drought conditions are almost completely gone now. So that is a great thing to know. That's a great thing to talk about, that the drought conditions are almost all gone. So should have got y'all's grasses all watered up. Just, if you don't have any like sprinklers or anything like that, that the rain that we've gotten, that should have watered y'all's grass up a lot, especially plants as well outside, because that is that's also a hazard as well. So that's all that I have in terms of this morning. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and I'll be back.